So last week we had Hurricane Harvey in Texas. Now we have a Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Irma, heading towards the United States, expected to make landfall for the first time. Likely will hit the U.S. over the weekend, although being a few days out still, the model of its exact path is not as accurate as it will be in another 24 to 48 hours. In the meantime, Puerto Rico will be hit, as well as the island of Anguilla as early as tomorrow. And Irma is one of these, it's called a Cape Verde hurricane, meaning that it formed in the very far eastern part of the Atlantic Ocean near the Cape Verde Islands and then came across the Atlantic. And those storms often become some of the largest, some of the most intense hurricanes. Hurricane Hugo, Floyd, Ivan were all Cape Verde storms. And whenever there's a hurricane, like I told you last week, the anti-science right says, "Oh, we can't talk about climate change now. It's bad. You can't play politics with a natural disaster. Don't do it. It's bad. It's mean. It's deceptive." And of course, as I said last week, the reality is any opportunity to talk about climate change is a good one. And there is a relationship between extreme weather and climate change. Individual hot days or a single snowstorm. These are weather events. But the longer term changes in frequency of those weather events and their severity, we could be talking about rainfall, snow, record heat, record cold, severe storms. That is part of climate change. Now, the relationship is not super simple, okay? It's not totally straightforward where you say, well, climate change causes X when it comes to weather events. Some ways in which these elements are linked can include world temperatures rising on average, and warmer temperatures, we know, serve to fuel more intense tropical storms and hurricanes. That might mean more storms. It could mean more intense storms. It could mean that would-be tropical storms instead develop into more severe hurricanes because of warmer ocean water, for example. It's never simple, and the anti-science right really, really wants simple. In other words, they want either climate change causes hurricanes or climate change doesn't cause hurricanes. And the reality is always something more like, well, in areas predisposed to tropical storms, climate change can have a cyclically strengthening impact on storms. When I hear that, I say, oh, well, number one, we should be funding more research into the relationship between climate change and individual weather events. And number two, we should immediately come up with a plan to mitigate the effects of our activities on Earth. On the other hand, you've got the anti-science right who hears, well, it's a complex relationship between climate and weather. They say, oh, well, then we shouldn't do anything because it's not at all clear that human activities impact climate at all. And that could not be more of a sort of ostrich bury your head in the sand perspective on this.
I think there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from these extreme weather events. So you take Hurricane Harvey that hit Houston. I mean, it just reinforces the idea that we need stronger zoning laws in areas like that. We need, to preserve our wetlands and prairies so the water has somewhere to drain out to.
Sure.
And, maybe that may mean some short-term economic losses.
Oh, yeah.
But in the future, it helps us out a great deal. And we also have to support FEMA and disaster relief efforts.
It's just like, what when I talk to climate science deniers, and I try not to do it super often, you really don't get many people who just straight up say, I'll be dead so I don't care. Very few people actually say that. They do seem to say, hey, I don't want to leave the planet in a situation that's going to be worse for my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, whatever. They don't seem totally disconnected in a sort of sociopathic way from the future, but they just seem to deny the ability of humans to actually impact the climate. They cast doubt on, we can't really know that, the Earth has been around for so long and we've only had temperature measurements for the last 100 years or whatever. They parrot out some debunked, tired talking point. And yet, it still doesn't matter if you bash them over the head with facts. It's not going to change their mind. So it's a really difficult conversation to have.
I feel like they're just telling themselves that because then they can remove themselves from any responsibility.
I think
they don't
so.
have to change their lifestyle
I
or
think so.
face the repercussions. And, maybe they do care about how their kids and grandkids are going to be in the future, but maybe they also think they can solve the problem because we'll have improved technology by then.
That's another one, which is the idea that, hey, I don't deny that we're having an impact. I just believe that our technology will always be one step ahead of that impending disaster. And I say to them, Do you know how many people already die in China due to air pollution?
Sure.
Do you have any idea? It's not some far off thing. It's happening now. It is happening right now.